what kind of question is that? Why would you ask that online?
Huh?
Sorry, I got distracted. I was reading something. And someone's like, look at this chalice. And someone said that you mean the butt plug. And I'm like, why?
Huh?
Don't worry about it. I'm just, why? Why would you refer to something like that? I'm just saying.
I demand a recap!
Right. So, hang on, I'm still getting my notes up. So today, well, yesterday, last time, on the last episode, Gurn, told you guys about some of his trauma. Dead, not girlfriend, questionably girlfriend. Situationship. Tyriad dropped off the notes regarding your homeworlds and how they fit into the overarching timeline and how you're all connected and whatnot. Also took Echo to pick up Kit, the automaton that you guys rescued the child of, and lied to the cops to get her out of prison, so that was cool. Echo asked him for opium. Homer was out of it, out of his mind, on the come down from taking what Tyriad called designer drug, called Clarity. And we ended with a pretty early night, finishing off the weekend there.
Oh shit, that was just Sunday night.
Yep.
Oh my god.
Well, it was all of Sunday, at least.
Even still, like, we went into that game, like, going into Sunday morning.
Yep. And now we'll go into
Holy-
Monday morning.
Holy bajoli.
Kind of a dreary, drizzly day outside. Bit chilly. We've officially surpassed the date in real life. We've surpassed the in-game date in real life, as it's now early April in-game still. And it is no longer early April in real life. Alright, so yeah, I mean, wake up. Like I said, kind of a bit of a dreary day. Don't know if we had anything planned.
I mean, Echo, we'll get up. First thing she'll do is probably tend to the fire, have her servant, start making food. And then she'll just, like, work on that and breakfast. Yeah.
Homer is going to be in bed recovering for the day.
Rory staggers out of his bedroom, half asleep. Morning, everybody. Oh crap. Unintentional yawn there.
Good morning, Rory.
Maybe yawn.
Yeah, that's why I wasn't actually supposed to yawn. Sorry. He looked over at Homer while walking to his chair. And he just kind of assigns to himself at this point. Hey Echo, is Homer still knocked out.
I would say so. I wouldn't disturb him, though.
Seriously, whatever you took, we gotta make sure we never take that. If it's messing up that much. Rory rubs his eyes while speaking.
I mean, aren't you a little curious?
I mean, isn't there a saying about curiosity? Rory kind of tilts his head in response.
I don't know if Echo would know that.
It's okay, Rory doesn't know it either. He's just the first one.
There probably is. I just haven't heard it.
It's like... And he tries to... Can I do a history check?
Sure.
Where is it?
I thought I had a token.
Where is it? Ah, history. Boop. I'm assuming that means Rory's not going to remember the actual saying.
1 sec. What'd you roll? Oh,
That's
6.
six.
No.
So I'm just going to make something up and hope for the best. Curiosity makes cats fat?
Excuse me. She wouldn't say that. Excuse me.
I'm trying to remember it.
Something about you can't tell whether the cat's curious or not until you look into the box?
Is that who's saying that?
Huh? I don't know.
God?
Me? Yeah.
Is God saying? Just gonna throw that out there. Echo, did you hear that?
Hear what?
Something about a cat in a box?
Rory, did you get enough sleep last night?
I don't know. Rory kind of slumps over. My
Well,
brain's being weird.
I'll have breakfast out in a jiff, alright?
Alrighty.
As
Rory's
she's...
gonna
Sorry.
think of the phrase now. Go ahead.
As she's cooking, you will probably hear her start to sing, start to hum. And then she will quickly stop herself. Her ears drooping as she does.
Insight check?
Yeah.
What?
Oh my god, Rory.
Get him out of the way now.
Yep.
Rory doesn't know what's going on with that gun. He's gonna just think, I must not like that song. And
What's Gurn up to on this fine morning?
It'd probably take him a while to get up, but he'll eventually kind of slowly meander out and sit and just grab food.
I think while she's making food, Echo's gonna have her servant start doing her own laundry.
Alright.
And then she'll come out with plates of food for both of them. Good morning, Gurn. And she'll set both plates down in front of them.
Morning.
She'll like make up her own plate and then go sit down.
is the meal today?
Oh
Out of
fuck.
character aspect.
All right. Biscuits and gravy
Oh,
Ooh.
with an egg on the side.
That gives me a
man,
chance
that's
to
such a
ask.
good breakfast.
Rory looked at the plate. Echo, what is this on this?
What do you?
It looks like bread, but it's covered in. Is this a sauce?
It's a biscuit, and it's covered with gravy.
Like those box things.
Sorry, what?
You said it's a biscuit. I've only seen pictures of these things called doggy biscuits. Is this what comes in those boxes?
I mean, I made the dough.
You can make doggy biscuits from scratch?
But this isn't for dogs.
I thought that's just the brand.
Rory?
Hmm?
Will you do an insight check?
Me?
Yeah.
It's just going lower.
Oh my god,
You're
it
going
is.
down to something. What's gonna happen when he hits 1?
Rory's just been off today. Holy crap. That yawn. The yawn started it.
Oh man, okay. You're good. If Gurn wants to do one, he can, but I don't think Gurn would do it.
We're gonna do an insight check.
I guess not. Alex?
Guess not.
Okay.
Sorry, I don't have everything open. Give me a second.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Oh, you could.
Quill, could you roll that? Because I realized the laptop's not going.
Oh yeah, sure. Solid 10.
Gurn would notice when Rory says the word dog, her grip gets a little bit tighter and she clears her throat and tries to act nonchalant, but there is an uncomfortability about Rory talking about dogs.
Okay, I mean, Gurn's not going to say anything.
Okay.
No.
Fair. He's a quiet guy.
Echo will continue to like eat and use that as a way of not talking.
Or are we just gonna try the food and go, oh, this tastes delicious?
Oh,
I
I'm
think you
happy.
need-
I'm happy you think so.
But he's not aware of what's going on, clearly, today.
Echo would probably finish her food, clean up, probably prepare some like broth and come over and help Homer, actually get something in his stomach.
Imagine he seems tired, but at least less out of it today.
She makes sure he gets one of those pills and feeds the broth. So,
Gotcha. It would probably be not too long after finishing up breakfast and everything. You'll hear a slight knock from the door.
I'll look at it. She will go to the door and open it.
It's Ash, the pale white-haired woman that you met on your second or third day here. And as you open the door, she gives you a slight wave. Good morning. I hope I didn't wake you or anything.
Oh, no. So happy to see you, darling. She gives her like a little bit of a flirtatious smile. Come on in.
She'll smile. Yes, I wanted to introduce myself properly and check in on you all.
Well, come on in. I have some breakfast left for you if you'd like.
Oh, that's all right. I ate before I left. Thank you.
Alrighty. Rory, Gurn, Ash is back.
Good morning.
Rory looks up. Oh, fellow white-haired person, hello!
She'll smile and wave.
Ash, right?
Yep.
What are you doing at our lovely abode today?
Well, I thought I would come and check in on you all and introduce myself properly. I realized we didn't get much of a chance to when I was here with the administrator earlier. And she'll kind of sort of clear her throat, try to kind of pick herself up a bit, and go, I'm the real department's primary healer, so if any of you ever need any looking after, I'm the one to go to.
Rory just nods his head.
Well, that's nice. Echo's looking a little bit uncomfortable.
There is a natural sort of an environmental-based healing within the city. However, if any of you were happen to be injured or anything when you arrived, I'll need to look at that. Echo, give me an insight check. Or I guess any of you who wants to.
Rory, please, just get something higher than 6.
Oh,
All right.
How about
all right,
16?
There it is.
Okay.
Echo, you would notice as she's saying this, she keeps kind of glancing at you. Rory, you'd pick up on she's like very deliberately sort of seeming to almost fish for something from Echo as she's saying this. Like it's very pointedly at her.
Echo will kind of freeze at that. She will get up from her seat. Excuse me, I do really need to use the little girl's room, so I'll be right back.
So, how are you all settling in?
Rory just kind of blinks and goes, what was that?
I don't know what you're talking about.
I mean, he kind of stammers a little bit, looking. I don't want to be presumptuous, but was that question more directed towards Echo?
Oh no, of course not. I'm here to help any of you who need it.
Rory just kind of goes, kind of looks side eyes a bit. Okay. If you say so. To answer your question, it feels like a long time has passed, and it's been less than a week.
Quill, Tyriad will get that in on the
Okay.
yeah.
Oh, and her little phone thingy. That's not a phone. Rory looks to Gurn. What do you think, Gurn? How has our stay been here, from your perspective?
You'd see him stare at you for like a couple seconds, turn and stare at Ash for a couple seconds, and then just shrug.
Yeah, I kind of thought that was gonna be that answer.
Did she get anything back from Tyriad?
Yes. 1 second. You'll get this back.
Echo will sigh. Spend like a minute or so in there and then come back out as if nothing was wrong, and we'll go to the kitchen and start cleaning while making it obvious that she's listening.
Rory's just sitting at the table twiddling his thumbs because he doesn't know what to say right now.
Rory, you're a healer yourself, aren't you?
Oh, yes. Rory's, yeah, Rory answers the way he can. I know a healing spell.
Oh, well, that's certainly a good start.
I mean, if I had to explain the spell, it's, well, so, I'd say the enchantment, well, I have access to a life essence, so, blood, the enchantment takes the blood and turns into a healing mist, and it goes to my targets. And that is the best way to explain that.
As you start to mention the blood aspect, you'll see a look of kind of realization, and she'll kind of nod. Oh, I see. Yes, that makes sense. Well, please don't take this the wrong way, but given our similar appearances, I wondered if your magic had its roots in life essence in one way or another. And she'll give kind of an awkward smile.
Is that common for healers to have white hair here?
Not white hair in particular. I suppose the rather pale visage is not uncommon for those of us who dabble more specifically in life essence.
Rory kind of scratches his arm in that regard. Well, I mean, how did you learn your magic, Ash?
Well, I'm a cleric of the Raven Queen. It's been the family sort of career for quite a few generations now.
So, upon hearing that, he kind of tries to tie together that. Do clerics have like a patron deity sort of thing?
Yes, they're divine based.
No, he's asking that out loud.
Oh, gotcha. Yes. Well, generally speaking, at least. As I said, mine is the Raven Queen, and you'll see her hand kind of go to a pendant of a raven skull around her neck, and kind of fiddle with it a little bit.
Intrigued. Rory follows up with, do you guys have, I guess it's a deity, I guess. Do you guys know of something called the Crimson Lady? Rory shakes upon saying that deity's name.
You'll see her look kind of thoughtful for a bit. And then shake her head. I don't believe I'm familiar with her, but that doesn't mean anything. There are quite a number of gods represented in the city.
Oh, figures.
You could
Kind
always
of like.
you could always
Go ahead.
speak to Charlie at the Divine Sanctum if you're feeling a need to perhaps have some connection.
Rory kind of like. Yes. Uncomfortably fidgets in the chair. Sure. Maybe someday. And he makes a face at the end of that.
You'll see her give kind of a sympathetic smile. If it's prosecution you're worried about, I can assure you there are a number of very wildly different faiths represented here, and given the circumstances, there's relative cooperation among all of us. The Divine Sanctum's kind of the neutral ground between all of the different faiths that have found their way here.
Rory kind of just twiddles his thumbs while sitting about it. I mean, I'll think about it, if anything.
Of course, I mean, Charlie's quite nice, but
He plays with the cuffs of his hand. The cuffs, not cuffs on his hands. The bottom of his shirt, that's what it's called. The cuff of his shirt. Like where the bottom hem is.
Mhm.
Just something like that.
she'll kind of also just sort of awkwardly kind of sit. Still probably fidgeting with her necklace.
Echo's probably fidgeting with the rings on her arms.
Everyone's just fidgeting. This must be like the most awkward
Just
table
awkward
right now.
silence. Well, as I said, if any of you ever need anything, you can find me on Remembrance Hill. Well, you'll know the building when you see it.
Rory kind of just nods.
I suppose I should probably be going.
Feel free to stop by anytime, Ash. I do have more questions for you. I just can't think of them right now.
Oh, of course. Take all the time. We'll be working together for a long time, I'm sure. So.
Without looking up, Rory kind of just nods.
Well, lovely meeting you all then. She'll kind of get up and kind of give a bit of a lingering look to Echo, looking sort of meek and awkward, probably kind of realizing she's upset you slightly, and start to sort of make her way out.
Rory kind of slowly looks at Echo, and kind of goes, Echo, what was that about?
What was what about?
Insight check for Rory.
Go for it.
Come on, Rory.
Oh my god.
Damn, man.
You
There
skipped
it is. There's the
3!
one.
I skipped 3.
But it's also a 1!
Oh. They clearly don't want Rory to figure out what's going on. Clearly. Jesus. Yeah, Rory.
Yeah, I guess everybody was just being awkward. Maybe Echo has a little crush on her or something. I don't know. Gord knows exactly what's going on.
Oh no.
Somehow.
Rory just assumes that it was just the awkwardness of everyone being awkward that made Echo uncomfortable, I'm guessing. Oh, maybe I'm just imagining things. But pay no mind. And he kind of goes to sit and look at the books. Look at a book. He grabs a random book on the shelf and starts reading it in quotations.
Garn, you would see that she is fiddling with her rings and sometimes wincing.
Gren will just frown slightly but say nothing.
Echo, at one point or another, will go, "So, what's your plans for today?" I think Homer's staying in bed another day. Oh shit.
Is that her saying or that you saying that?
It both. I might be like a few minutes gone.
Okay. You two got anything you guys want to do today?
While reading the book, Tori gets the bright idea. I can't do this. I'm going to the library. He tosses the book back on the shelf. Gurn, Echo, if you guys need me, and he just kind of trails off and leaves the house.
Okay. I guess for the sake of convenience, we'll say Echo's distracted and doesn't try to stop him or anything. Okay. Sparks is gone, so
It's
Sure.
okay. It's very much in look mind for what's going on now.
yeah. So yeah, you can make your way out. Gurn, you just hanging around.
Gren's gonna actually go into his room.
Okay.
And then he'll take out the bullet that should have fired from the gun. And he'll carefully attempt to carve a hole in it.
Okay.
And then slightly panic as he realizes he doesn't have any string or anything to make a necklace.
What? I'm assuming you have like gunsmithing tools at least as far as like being able to do the basic stuff.
I would assume I have Tinker's tools.
Right. Yeah,
I
Tinker's
think
tools. That makes
that's
sense. Yeah.
I
Okay.
think that's what we used for the window.
Yeah. Can you give me a check with that?
Sure, what base? Probably dexterity, right?
Yeah, probably Dex. Sure.
Because it's more of a careful, tiny hole.
Yeah. Yeah, you're able to do it just fine.
Cool.
You now have a bullet with a hole in it. No string though.
Ta-da.
Okay, it's gonna be more at like the.
I was gonna ask which end.
So,
Flat or pointy?
I like to assume that his revolver uses like normal bullets, so like a shell with a
Yeah.
or a casing with a bit of gunpowder in the actual like bullet.
Yeah.
Okay, so it'll be through the casing where the gunpowder usually sits.
Okay. So probably
What-
closer to the flat end then?
Yeah, which is why he's being very careful with it.
Gotcha. It doesn't explode in your face.
Wait, a bullet could explode if you try opening with it?
Well, if you light the gunpowder that's inside of it by accidentally creating a spark through an action
Oh.
such as drilling a hole through metal, you know.
Fair enough. Is it weird that I kind of just assumed he'd like slowly like kind of like poke it repeatedly?
Just tap, tap, tap.
Yeah, it'll eventually get through.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like you still run the risk of a spark because it is still metal, whatever you're hitting it with or drilling or whatever.
I
But-
guess.
I mean, also the firing pin in a gun hitting the back of the bullet is still considered a tap, so I don't know to what extent do you want to.
Right. It would
Oh,
would be-
right.
incredibly funny in a really fucked up way for Gurn to miraculously survive his attempt, only for the bullet to then blow up and kill him later.
I mean,
I mean,
how
wouldn't
bad would a
at
bullet
most
charge
he'd maybe lose a
be?
finger.
Yeah, but all right. So yeah, Rory, it's a bit of a chillier, rainier day out. As we'll swap the map. Have not updated it since last session, but all we would have added would be Omni Guard, which is like right here, so you can use your
Yeah.
imaginations. So yeah, you're heading down to the library.
Rory kind of like, 'cause he's wearing his short sleeve shirt, and his loose pants. I didn't think before leaving the house. It's okay. He just kind of briskly walks faster while holding his arms.
How far away is the library? A little over a mile. So it's a bit of a walk.
There is no near teleport. They're both the same distance from a teleporter.
They're both about the same distance, yeah. But yeah, after a bit, you do arrive back to the rather grand library that you've been in before. You'll see. The person at the front desk is a different person than the one that you've met before. This one is a elderly looking orc man, wearing a suit with glasses, and he kind of glances up, but mostly just doing some kind of paperwork at the desk there.
Rory approaches the counter
Good
And,
morning.
Good morning, you dapperly dressed, orc? Rory says, with that confidence. Can you help me find something?
Of course. What are you looking for?
So, he hands him a piece of paper that he wrote down. It has it has the number sets that from everyone's papers that he kind of copied down when he was looking at his papers. Can you help me find where these general sections are? The 5 sets of numbers, basically.
I'll look at it for a second. You see him kind of like look at it, realize what he's looking at, nod a bit. Sure. Let's see. And he'll grab a piece of paper, sort of slide it over, start writing down. And you'll find out. He sends you to the same general section for all of them. Directs you to the same section specifically for Echo and Gurn. Narrowing it down to, you'll see sections 683B and 683A for either of them, Gurn and Echo respectively. And then for the Underland sequence for Echo, he actually sends you to a completely different part of the library, from the Earth's and Terra. But he'll hand you the note describing how to find each sort of section that you're looking for.
Rory, upon hearing that explanation and seeing the note, he goes, wait. You mean one of these is complete opposite side of the library?
Sure is.
Do you know why?
Well, see, all of these, and he'll point to the Terra and the 3 Earths. These are all in the same wing. The Feywild adjacent worlds are kept in the extraplanar wing. You know, with the elemental planes, Feywild, Underdark.
On hearing those words, Rory blinks and goes, Feywild? You mean like... Huh. He just kind of bows and goes, thank you, Mr. Dapper Orc. I am, gonna see where you pointed me to now. And he kind of struts away.
As you start to go, he'll add, if you need anything else, feel free to use one of our search stations, and he'll gesture to where you see a large ornate tome resting on a sort of a pedestal. What are they called? The fucking things you put books on?
Like a
You guys
music
know what I
stand, but
mean.
for books, basically.
Yeah.
I would say pedestal works. Or a book stand, if you want to
I
go
know
that way.
I know there's an actual word I'm looking for. I can't remember what it is. It's
A
fine.
lectern.
Yes.
Yes.
Which upon seeing it and him pointing it out, you'll realize that the things that, these sort of stands are dotted around the library in various places.
Or he just kind of gives him like a 2-finger salute. And continues walking towards the Earth section that he was
Alright.
pointed to. As he's walking over there, he goes, "Oh, who should I look at first? Who should I? Gurn and Echo are in the same area, but Gurn has less information. So, let's just check what's the difference between 683B and 683A is. So he heads over there first.
All right. You'll come to. It'll lead you to. Probably a good row or so. You'll notice more from 683A, which is Echo's timeline. Whereas 683B, only kind of one sort of sparser bookshelf.
Oh, that's peculiar. He kind of just quickly gazes upon both the shelves. Perception to look for if there is any point where there's a similar book, I guess.
Give me an
Glance.
investigation.
Oh, investigation said?
Yep. You would also. Did you already roll?
I didn't roll yet.
Yeah. No. Yeah. Do investigation. You will notice there's. So as you're approaching, specifically the 683A and B sections, they are a sort of subsection in the general Earth 47 section, which has more, and which you would, let's see, with a 15, definitely be able to realize that probably a lot of what's in the general 47 section would apply to both.
Okay, so like if he grabbed a random book, started skimming through it, he'd realize they would have something similar overlapping, I guess.
Where are you grabbing the book from?
B. He said there's not as much there.
All right.
And then,
yeah. You'll notice. You'll skim through a book from B. It's talking about abyssals. Right, Alex? That's the right thing, right? That I'm thinking of. Abyssals. Those
Sorry,
are
what?
the ones. Abyssals are the ones that Gurn knows about most, right?
I
Or are they
believe
aberrations?
so.
It might be aberrations.
I believe it would be abyssal,
Okay.
but I don't really.
Eldritch abominations.
basically, right?
And as you sort of scan the rest of the books, you'll realize a lot of them are, in one way or another, about sort of eldritch magic and these sort of things and creatures that can come of it.
So after checking some of the books in B, he's gonna check in A now. We're just skimming, we're not reading in depth. So
Mhm.
that'd be another
A-
investigation. Or-
Yeah, sure. Alright. A is mostly what you would recognize as, for you, Rory, ancient history. There's a little bit of magic referenced here and there. For the most part, it doesn't seem all that different from the world that you know.
It's like ancient history, so like stuff you see in like in abandoned libraries and records
Yep.
and stuff like that.
Sorry to cut you
That's
off.
fine.
Yes, it's aberrations.
Okay, gotcha.
Or I just muttered, kind of said aloud. I had a feeling, but to have the confirmation, yeah, that's. He kind of closes the books. Okay, let's check out Homer's area. So he walks over to where Homer's section would be.
Okay, are you starting with the general Earth 60, or are you going straight for the more
We're going
specific?
straight for the most recent modifier.
Okay. So Homer's would be Okay. Yeah. As much as echoes seem sort of similar to what you would know as actual ancient history, Homer's is stuff that you would probably be able to actually give me a history check. Let's see. Sounds right. Sounds like stuff that you think might have happened a while ago.
Can Rory just have advantage on everything, please?
I just think it's funny because when Rory wants to when Rory's trying to think about something logically, his numbers are fine. When he has to think something like memory wise or emotionally, it's like nah. Which is kind of working out, but it sucks. I'm like, damn it, Rory. I wanted you to have good intelligence and everywhere. No, you're just really good at logic right now.
Yeah.
Logic and putting things together.
You will notice there's nothing about magic really mentioned in any of these. However, you will notice a book written in the city about the Earth 60 timeline. And you'll notice it's written by a familiar name. One Neil Hawthorne.
Neil Hawthorne. We're just gonna say that name out for a while. Why does that sound familiar? Neil Hawthorne. Neil. Hold on. This will be funny if it works, and it will be funny if it doesn't.
It was like 2 days ago. I feel like you'd remember him.
Damn it. It's like, no way. No way. Really? He closes the book a little more harder than he wants to admit. That man has some explaining to do. He writes, so everything he's been reading, he writes little notes for himself in his little notebook. Little pocketbook.
Are you looking at the book Neil wrote?
Yeah. But, everything else he's observed so far, he writes notes on that. So Echo's book, Gurn's section, all the
Gotcha. It's written in a way that seems very conspiratorial. It's kind of hard to glean whether this is actual history or just sort of speculation. But it's talking about the rise of a Christo-fascist Illuminati, and them building spy drones disguised as birds and using them to take over the world, and a number of things such as that. Which
Didn't this happen in the 70s? Out of character question.
Hmm?
Didn't this happen in the 70s, 80s?
I mean,
out of character question. So
I feel like those have been conspiracy theories since the 60s.
Yeah, but I feel like those rose up.
I feel like they
the
come and
end
go.
more and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So. Anyway, sorry.
I mean, I think I told you this last session. Neil is from the 70s.
Oh, okay. So I am.
You're getting the vibe, yeah.
I was like. Or he kind of just sees this and goes well, this man's been doing this for a while now, hasn't he? He taps his foot in annoyance. Man. He just kind of annoyed, but puts the book back on the shelf a little more forcefully than he wants to admit, and jots down more notes for himself. Oh, I wish Homer was awake and I could ask him questions, but what are the chances Homer would actually know? Let's be real. Okay, let's check out my section, see if what they got is right. He says to himself and saunters over there.
Your section is actually connected to Homer's, as the
Oh.
Terra 74 timeline is an extension of the Earth 60 timeline. And yeah, you'd see, honestly, probably a couple books that you would recognize. A couple books talking about events that you would certainly recognize.
Kind of looks at himself like, that's peculiar. And I didn't think we had written records. Not gonna lie. He kind of chuckles to himself. Actually, this is good. Let's see if they have this one. He's looking for anything on the oh my god, the Garden Massacre.
Let's see. Yeah, actually. You would find one, and you'd realize that it's a sort of a printing of a diary kept by someone who had been there.
Rory kind of stops and he sees the book. A familiarity comes across him. He's like, wait, what? He kind of traces the cover of the book with his hands. An overwhelming sense of familiarity comes. He's like, no, what? And he opens the book, and he feels tears form across his eyes. The last page that he sees is a vivid memory of this person recounting how it wasn't fair for this child to be put in this situation. The whole ceremony of a crying child being offered to a garden of red roses and red flowers, and how the child cried in vain, in a lot of pain, and as the vines shot out to the child and tried to rip it from the family's arms, it did not hold on too long, but it did manage to scar the child, and how everyone cheered when the flowers rejected the child, but the blood weeped onto the flowers and turned all the flowers white. And Rory just tears up. He's like, that's... He just starts tearing up at the owner of the Vale's diary is in his hands. And he can't deal. He can't deal with the knowledge that it was recorded, his ceremony was recorded down, nor that ceremony, the last pages of the diary are taken out, which reveals the massacre of how a good chunk of the family died, but not his family. Where's the last pages? Where's her pages? He only sees evidence it was ripped out. But this, why, who? He storms back up to the front counter and not slams the book on this, but puts it on the desk in front of the orc. He's like, "Hey, who brought this book in here?"
You'll see him kind of peering over his glasses at it for a second. Looks at it. Flips open the front cover. And also specifying this is not the original copy. This is something that someone would have sort of read the diary and then typed this up and printed it. It's not actually the handwritten original, but you would still probably realize that it gets cut off at the end regardless. And he'll kind of look at it, consult some records for a second. This was brought in during an intake event about, let's see, 470 years ago, and I believe, and he'll kind of frown. It looks like the one who donated this piece is unfortunately no longer with us.
Rory punches his hands. What do you mean? I thought people don't really die here.
Well, unfortunately, the timing puts them around the 100 Years' War. We lost a lot of people during that time.
Rory gets taken aback. War? Was it a war between the two sides, or?
He nods.
Rory just kind of... Then he looks at the diary. And he looks at the orc with pleading eyes. Is there a way I could take a copy of this home?
If you'd like to commission a print copy, we can work on that for you. It'll take a day or two to...
How much does that cost? Or it just kind of starts, like, I guess, not panicking, but like, you know how like when people get emotionally high, they start brushing their things? It's like, he just starts frantically just asking prices, and like, I'll make the money, or I just need the book, sir.
If you'd like to commission a copy, probably looking at... For this, let me check, and he'll go through a couple files again. We don't have any exit copies, so it's not that long of a book. I would say, how many pages is this? And he'll flip through it. Right, that would fall under a medium order, so looking at 5 gold. We can refund a small bit of it if you return the book.
Where would I go get a printed copy for this?
If you'd like to put in an order for it, I can start that for you. Should be able to pick it up. We're a bit busy today. Probably pick it up either tomorrow or Wednesday at the latest.
Rory immediately slams the 5 gold on the counter. I need a copy. I'll just let me know when it's done. And he gives him the 5 gold he has on him.
Sure thing. We'll get started on that as soon as we can.
I'll just pick it up when you said Wednesday.
And what's the name for this order?
Rory debates on whether or not to say his actual name or Rory. Rory Benito.
Very well. Oh. You'll see him sort of start to write your name down and then look up at you. You have some, outstanding payment we owe you, I believe, from having some of our lost books returned to us, yes?
Wait, what?
Well,
The fish person!
yes, Kendit finally returned our copy of Mending Ships. And he'll hand you, it's a gold per each, right? Yeah.
Yeah,
He'll hand you back one of your golds.
Okay, I'll update my gold to just say 1 now.
Do you still have Tyriad's book on you?
Oh, I do actually. I don't know why I didn't put it in my item, but I did. It's been in his pocket the entire time. So I only took off the Fortune of the Night book. I didn't take out the other one yet.
Do you want to give that to him while you're here?
Yeah.
In that case, he will thank you and hand you back another one of the gold that you just gave him.
And I have 2. So let me just put that in and check it out. Because we haven't... Yeah, no, just take that to 0, 2. There you go. And now I have 2. Rory just shakily bows and says, "Thank you. If anyone, if I send anyone else to pick it up, you can give the book to them too." And he writes down descriptions of Echo, Homer, and Gurn, even though he feels like Homer and Gurn will not pick it up.
Alright. He'll take that and put the note in with the sort of work order. Kind of give you a nod. Very well.
Rory thanks the man and leaves, but he's clearly shaken up, knowing that one of the most important people's diaries is in this world. Which tells a history that he has not shared with anyone yet. So...
Yep.
Flower shop. He's gonna... if he wants to look inside, would that be investigation or perception?
Are you looking for something specific, or are you just looking in the window?
Looking in the window.
Give me perception.
Huh.
It's the flower shop. There's flowers in there.
That's awful. What time is it in the world right now?
How long do you think you would have spent at the library?
I would say 3 hours, 4 hours.
You've had 3 rolls over 10 tonight.
Don't rub it in, Sparksy.
What the fuck?
Don't rub it in.
Probably like early afternoon.
Maybe selling some flowers would be good. So he kind of goes into flower shop.
You'll hear the little tinkle of the bell above you. Immediately hit with the smell of flowers of various kinds. Damn. See, I think what I need to do is, whereas usually the average is 10, right? I need to lower the average success number, the average DC for Rory.
No, it's okay. I can work
I
with
need,
it.
I need
We'll
to I
see.
need to find your actual average and make that the actual average, because your actual average is not 10. I can guarantee you.
We need to like see. We'll see. We'll see.
Alex, get on that. Figure, do the math. Come on, you can do it in your head. I know.
Come on, math boy. Snap, snap, snap.
Yeah.
I'm working with it, guys. It's fine. Or are you just gonna take some time and literally smell the flowers?
Yeah, Lily, the woman you met, who you offered help to, she'll look up from the counter as you walk in. Oh, good afternoon. Lovely to see you again.
Oh, Rory kind of looks up. Sorry. He kind of shakes back his head. I'm probably intruding. I just, well,
Not at all. It's a
dreary
store.
outside.
You're welcome to come in. Look around.
Thank you. Flowers always cheered me up. So,
She'll smile and go, me as well.
he kind of like looks over to like around. Walking around, he notices like all the flowers, but he's curious about Lily in a sense that she's working while she's pregnant. So
Mhm.
he's like, so he walks up to her and goes, "This may be incredibly personal to ask, but why are you working?"
What do you mean, dear?
I mean, you're pregnant.
Give me an insight check.
Oh God, Rory. Okay.
You'll see her get a kind of sad smile. Well, I mean, I don't really have much of an option, and plus it gives me something to keep me busy.
I mean, again, maybe forward of me to assume that can't your husband help you out here?
You'll see her still smiling, but there's more of a sadness behind it. Unfortunately, he's been passed for quite a while now.
Rory's face just shockingly drops. I am so sorry. That was insensitive of me.
It's all right, dear. No need to worry. You're new to the city, yes?
Rory just nods.
Damn.
Jimmy Christmas. Oh, I condolences. Rory kind of just pauses and goes, "If you don't mind, can you tell me about him?"
She'll look a little bit surprised and then kind of sigh and smile. Well, he was a lovely man. Brave. Too brave. Too selfless. He was on the front lines as soon as the war kicked off. Wanted to protect us.
The 100-Year War?
She nods.
Rory feels heavy now knowing there was a 100-Year War.
He was killed in 53.
So like a little more than halfway through.
She'll nod again.
Was he a good man?
The very best. I miss him every day, but at least I have something to remember him by. And she'll kind of laugh, sort of awkwardly, and put a hand on her stomach.
It's nice having things to remember people by, and he kind of just starts grabbing his, like, the end of his veil. How do you do it?
One day at a time.
And then Rory bites his lip. What happens when you struggle to move on? Tears like forming in his eyes.
She'll kind of sort of look at you sadly for a moment. And then take a potted plant off of the shelf behind her. She'll put it down on the counter, sort of in between the two of you. Rory, was it?
Rory nods.
Do you know how the plants in this city work?
He shakes his head.
Well, the ones that make fruit, they do it on a weekly basis, because that's how the sort of druidic healing magic, the regenerative current, I suppose you could explain it as, that's the time frame that it works on. That means that this little guy here, and she'll gesture to the flower, throughout the weeks, it dies and blooms over and over again. And it has, ever since, well, this started, and she'll kind of gesture sort of vaguely around. Sometimes it feels like that, you know, but the important thing is to remember that the bloom comes again, eventually. And she'll sort of smile and slide it up to you. Why don't you hang on to it? Take it home with you. It'll brighten up your space, right?
Rory gets taken aback. Oh, Lily, I would love to, but he takes out the 2 gold. I kind of don't have money right now to buy this plant.
She'll sort of wave a hand, kind of dismissively. Consider it a gift. And, if you'd like to do something for me in exchange, I have a small favor I could ask of you.
Rory kind of takes the potted plant and cradles it, like, how in front of him. What would that be?
Could you perhaps make a delivery for me? Stairs are, rather a bit of a nuisance. And she'll turn behind her to where she has a couple bouquets, either made up and just sort of waiting to be picked up, or that she's in the process of assembling. And she'll take one that you'll see is, comprised of, mostly orange lilies. I guess, would there be a check? Give me an investigation check, but can't really fail this one, just the level of detail that we're going for here.
Really, Rory?
yeah.
Really?
He knows his flowers, man.
Yeah.
You, knowing the language of flowers, would very easily recognize that this is a weird bouquet. A lot of the flowers you're looking at, I know I wrote fucking notes for this somewhere, but I have no goddamn idea where. You'll notice, as I said, comprised largely of orange lilies, which are sort of notoriously the flower to represent hating somebody.
Mhm.
Along with red and black roses. And a couple others. The general message, assuming that this is attempting to send a message, which given how sort of disparate it is, you wonder if it even is at all, or if it was just sort of random. But it seems to both express contempt and a borderline obsessive devotion to the recipient.
It's funny that you say that because, on average, like, it's when orange lilies are alone, they usually are a joy happiness thing, and they celebrate celebration. When they're paired with their flowers, it takes a different meaning, which is where I'm assuming you're getting this from. So Rory kind of looks at the bouquets, especially the orange one, with a slight like eyebrow raise.
And
Yes,
as she says this, she picks that bouquet up and puts it on the counter.
He looks at it, he's like, that bouquet?
Yes.
Uh,
It's not very far.
if you don't mind me asking, who is it going to? Oh, yeah. He, I'll deliver it, but I kind of want to know who it's going to.
Would she know? Probably. Yeah. As you ask that, she'll give a bit of a laugh, and go, well, I'm sure you'll recognize. If he's home. And she'll sort of hesitate for a second, looking sort of thoughtful.
Rory kind of like awkwardly smiles. I'm fine with doing this, Lily. Just, I mean, it's none of my business, but like, the flower arrangement is correct, right?
It is a bit of a strange one, isn't it? But this was the request.
His smile, he puts on a forced smile. Okay. He kind of puts on the potted plant. May I pick up this plant from you on my way back then?
Of course.
He kind of smiles.
I ship it.
Forgive me if I sound strange, but you remind me awfully like a person I used to know. I actually met her through a guy I used to like.
Oh, yeah?
And it's funny because, well, it's me imposing, but we bonded over the loss of her brother. I really did like him, but her name is Lilac.
Oh,
And
well, isn't that
she's
funny?
and she gave me this purple veil. So, well, I hope this is a sign that maybe we'll be friends too.
I hope so, too. Isn't fate funny?
Rory kind of chuckles. Anyway, I guess I'll bring that bouquet to this person.
I don't think you'll have too much trouble. It's well, it's right upstairs. If you go around the side of the building, you'll see the entrance. If he doesn't answer the door, you can just leave it on the step.
Oh, okay. And Rory takes the bouquet and I will be right back. And
Thank you, dear.
He heads over to slowly go up the stairs, and he's thinking out loud. This is a bouquet of hatred lilies and obsessive love roses. What am I getting myself into?
As you sort of follow her instructions going around the side of the building, you'll see a sort of metal fire escape looking staircase leading up to a door.
This doesn't look ominous at all. He goes up to the door and does a slight knock. Delivery from Life in Bloom.
It'll be quiet for a moment. You'll hear a male voice from within yell, "One moment!" And then a rather disheveled-looking Tyriad opens the door.
Rory kind of stands there and blinks rapidly, mouth agape, and goes, Tyriad?
You see, he kind of looks just as dumbfounded to be seeing you. Oh, well, good afternoon, Rory. What are you doing here?
Pardon me for overstepping my boundaries. He looks at the flowers and looks at Tyriad. I have a delivery for you from Life in Bloom.
You'll see him kind of look at the flowers, look at you, look confused for a second. Lily put you up to this.
Rory just kind of nods his head slowly.
He'll just kind of laugh.
I swear I don't know what this is about.
No worries. Thank you for helping Lily out.
I know this is none of my business, but do you know who those flowers are from?
They're actually for me.
Rory kind of looks at him like, the heck? You send yourself flowers?
No. I wasn't expecting anything. Did Lily say who they were from?
I was just told to send this to you as a delivery, as a favor for my new friend.
Well, that's strange.
You don't know who these are from?
No.
Rory's eyes go really wide. Oh! Okay. Well, He makes a face and really wants to say something. But he immediately turns around. Tyrion, I wish you the best, and I'm gonna go and, ta-ta for now! And he scurries down the stairs.
Rory?
Yes?
I heard Ash stopped by this morning, yes?
Rory kind of relaxes a little bit. He goes, yeah, she did.
Is, everything alright?
Rory actually. He kind of looks at Tyriad, turns around fully, and goes, "Actually, Tyriad, maybe you can tell me something. May I do a persuasion check?"
Sure. What are you trying to do?
He wants to find out if something happened between Echo and. Because that interaction was weird.
Sure. Yeah.
God damn
Well,
it.
go ahead and say what you want to say.
Rory goes. He's like, when Ash was visiting us, she was asking us like general questions, but she kept staring at Echo, and then Echo excused herself. And I don't know what that was about, but the whole morning was awkward as hell. So I'm hoping maybe you know what happened. You want to share it with me?
He'll kind of give a bit of sort of an awkward apologetic sort of smile. Ash is she's very, very kind and caring and sweet, and she also doesn't get out very often. She's usually quite busy with her work. She can be a bit awkward. I'm sure that's all it was.
Rory clicks his tongue. That's all it was, you say? You really don't want to tell us anything?
Well, if she has some opinion or knowledge about, you said Echo, yes, well, I don't know what it would be.
What a liar.
Oh well. Rory turns around and a sly smile goes on his lips. But, well, I guess it's only fair if you don't want to share anything. And he walks, as he goes down the stairs, hoping Tyria's, still within earshot. I hope that obsessed love person deals with you soon, then. And he just walks away.
As you sort of round the base of the stairs, you'll see him sort of lean over the the railing at the top of the stairs. You said what?
Bye, Tyriad. And Rory just continues walking away.
Do you go back into the flower shop?
Mm-hmm.
Lily will look up. Was he home?
Rory goes, mm-hmm. Yeah, he was home alright.
And how'd it go?
Oh, it's quite swimmingly. Excellent. Joyous evening.
Probably as you're saying that, you'll hear the bell ring as Tyriad walks in. Kind of looks at you, looks at Lily. Lily, who was it from? And she'll shrug and go, I honestly thought, you would know. It was an anonymous call. Tyriad kind of frowns.
Rory takes the pot of play and goes, and that's my cue to skedaddle. Bye-bye, everybody. And he just rushes out the store.
Lily will give you a little wave. Tyriad will just kind of give you a wildly confused look, but not say anything. And as you're leaving, you hear him questioning her on why Rory was referencing an obsessed lover.
Rory just kind of chuckles himself as he hears that in the distance. And he heads on home.
Alright. What's Echo been up to? Gurn.
Echo probably would have been pretty spacey for a bit, but then like decide to go busking.
All right.
But if Gurn has something, you could do him first too.
I know Gurn was working on the bullet necklace. Anything else? As of now?
I guess the question is, would Echo have left by now? Because I imagine it didn't take him like terribly long to do it, even with being careful.
I mean, she probably would have stayed a little bit, just kind of spacing off. She'd probably be like frustrated that she can't sing, and then be like, ugh, and then decide. So it'd probably be a bit of time after Rory leaves.
Okay. Yeah, Gurn will slowly look around the place to find something that could work as a necklace.
Okay. Give me an investigation check.
Oh boy, with this -1 I have.
Oh.
That's
Okay.
not bad.
The heck? Doing better than Rory.
Oh no. Telling you, his average needs to be 7.
We need to adjust for at this point statistically verifiable bad luck.
No, let's keep going with it. I want to see if it keeps working.
Echo, are you just leaving? Gurn, are you doing something? Oh, right,
I mean, she'll
Jesus Christ.
yeah, she's gonna tell Gurn that she's leaving.
That she's busking.
Yeah.
Gurn, you'd probably be able to find something that you could like maybe a drawstring from a sack in like the pantry you could sort of harvest and repurpose. Something like that. Some scrap of
Okay.
fabric or whatnot.
Yeah, so probably for Echo, like as you go to tell him something, you'll see him like looking around, probably grab like a knife, look at like a sack or something, and then kind of awkwardly try and figure out if the string will work or not, and then kind of look around for other stuff, and then look back at the sack, and then kind of shrug and start trying to get the string off it.
Gurn, what are you doing?
Pause right before the knife like cuts into it. I need a string.
Just a regular old string.
I mean, whatever works, really.
What's it for?
I'll kind of awkwardly look at the bag and the knife in each hand. Put the knife in with the sack, and then just kind of hold both those in one hand and like fish around in his pocket, and then pull the somewhat hollowed bullet out. Just trying to make something for this.
Oh. Well, here. She will actually take the chain off around her neck because she has a little locket. She takes the little locket off of the chain, and she'll hand you her chain.
He'll kind of frown at you as you're handing it to him, and then think for like 3 or 4 like straight awkward seconds.
Is that...
Are you sure?
I can easily get another one.
Slowly take it and then try and work it through the bullet. Or I guess the casing.
Important question. Did you empty the gunpowder out after you drilled the hole?
That is important, actually. Yeah.
I need to know.
Yes.
Okay, good. Be very awkward the next time you got hit by any sort of fire damage otherwise.
I mean, most of it would have fallen out with the hole.
That is true, yeah.
Anyway.
Alright, so you've got a bullet necklace. That's pretty cool.
Ooh, a bullet like this.
Does that work for you?
Oh, I just realized I didn't put us back on the house. Oops.
Sure.
I'm glad it works. Either way, I'm gonna go out. So, I'll be back soon.
By yourself.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm not sure you want to... Well, be around me when I'm... Well, 'cause I'm gonna be busking.
He'll kind of awkwardly stare at you. Give you a lizard blink.
Performing, dear.
Still staring at you.
Insight.
Go for it.
17.
Okay. You can tell he's conflicted.
Is there something you want to say?
No, that's I, I'll be here.
Okay. Um, well, I'll be around the Grumpy Hog area. So, if you need me, I won't be far from there.
He'll give you a nod and then kind of like look around for a second. And then sit down at the table and pull out the deck of cards and just start like randomly doing shit with it.
She'll give him a smile and she'll leave the house after checking on Homer.
I imagine he kind of mumbles something. He's hanging in there.
Okay.
Do you have to honor Felly's request of at some point him disappearing into the bathroom with his sword for some personal time?
We'll just know that happens when he's not on his bed.
Yep.
Horny
Alright,
sword. Sorry.
Horny sword time. You said you're going up to the Grumpy Hog area.
Yeah.
Are you just sort of teleporting to 112 and finding a spot from there?
Yeah, but after she actually goes into the Grumpy Hog.
Okay. Yeah, you enter into the Grumpy Hog then, after a bit of a walk. It is chilly and still drizzling out. The tavern's, not too full, but pretty lively. I mean, it's still like early, afternoon. So a bit early, but given the weather, not much else to do. There's a good crowd. And you'll see the familiar Albion working the bar.
She'll she'll strut to the counter and wait for him to come talk to her.
He'll finish up with the person he's serving and then flutter over. Hello. What can I get you?
I had a inquiry.
Sure.
Do you allow performing? Like,
why? You any good?
well, I would hope so.
You'll see him kind of look over to where they have a sort of just kind of corner set up for bards to sort of set up shop in. Well, we don't have anyone planning on performing till the evening, so you want to take a swing at it, go for it. I ain't paying you, but you can keep any tips.
That's totally fine.
Well, knock yourself out then.
Thank you. She wants to look around for maybe a familiar black kitty cat.
Give me a perception check.
Fuck.
I mean, you can't see into the back, but you don't really see anything.
Okay. I guess she'll set up and after a bit start performing, like start singing.
Alright. Give me a performance check. Good old-fashioned performance check.
Please, Echo. Please, Echo. Ooh.
Nice. So what are you doing?
Oh
How's your
God!
performance go?
Why would you do this?
You don't have to do it. Just explain it.
Okay. She will. What does the clientele look like? Are there more men than women, or?
Probably slightly more men. Right now I would say the vibe is kind of sports bar-y. It's a bunch of like dudes who are probably either well off enough to be retired or, you know, just kind of not working today, just hanging out. There are definitely like some women and some that would probably be undefinable, given there's, you know, a lot of these sort of Eladrin folk who it's more hard to tell.
So, I mean, sporty type, she will kind of go for that vibe in her singing and whatever. I don't know how that would fucking work, but you know, whatever. She would be
Good
flirtatious.
old-fashioned adventure songs. Maybe.
Yeah. She'd be flirtatious with anybody who, you know, expressed like it was very expressive in like, I guess if they catcall her or, you know, whatever, it looks like they are interested, whatever. She'd just be her flirtatious self and yeah.
Imagine, oh, sorry, go ahead.
More touchy too. Like you know, the whole like she'll sing a lyric like touch the underside of their chin while kind of leaning in, but then like you know, like I don't know.
I'm picturing that scene from All Dogs Go to Heaven with the dog who sings to the... Have any of you guys seen that movie?
I can't
Yeah.
remember what you're talking about though.
It's like at the dog bar.
Yeah, the dog bar, where the dogs get drunk and gamble all their money.
It's yeah, probably.
Yeah, there's definitely a couple guys who are a little bit too drunk and a little bit too into it.
Oh, good.
And you get a good amount of money from them. Also, a good amount of just attention from people who just kind of like the vibe, even if they're not really engaging with the sort of flirtatious aspect of it.
Mm-hmm. All right.
How long do you spend?
A good few hours. Maybe.
Okay. I'd say you probably end up with... call it like 5 gold.
All right.
Mostly in smaller change for...
I mean, I'm just putting 5 gold. I
Yeah.
don't care.
Yeah. No, for flavor purposes, it's mostly in silver and copper, but
Yeah.
yeah,
It equates to 5 gold, basically.
yeah.
She'll get her rolls out for the bank.
Yep. And you'll, as you sort of finish up, you see Philandry wave you over to the bar.
Philandry?
My bad, Albion.
Okay.
I was looking at the map, looking at
Philander's, yeah.
Landry's, as I said.
The general store?
Yeah, she'll go straight over there.
As you walk up, he'll slide you a glass of elven wine. You feel free to come back anytime now, huh?
Oh, I definitely will.
He'll give you a nod, and you would probably have noticed too, as this has been going on, that it has sort of drawn more people into the bar. Your performance.
Oh, hell yeah.
Just kind of generally speaking, so he is appreciative.
Good. She will happily sip on the wine.
Give me another perception check. You will notice, as you're sitting sipping on your wine, a familiar black cat, although not the one that you may be hoping for. May pokes her head out from the back room. And you see her kind of look at you for a second, and then dip back in.
Oh. Echo will smile to herself.
She's not gonna go up to him?
It's
his
May.
little sister.
Her, sorry.
I mean, and she kind of dipped back into the...
She didn't. Yeah, she's not. She doesn't really come out, but she definitely acknowledges you.
Okay.
So cute. Yeah, so she'll probably finish up and probably head home.
Alrighty. You'll probably get back. I imagine a good bit after Rory would be home. So, Rory, you doing anything when you first get back?
Rory's gonna kind of try to open the door, and he opens the door while holding the potted plant and goes, "I'm home. Hello?" He looks over to Homer's bed. Sees it as empty. Hey, wanders into the living room area. Anyone know where Homer is? Hello?
You see Gurn sitting at the table, probably playing solitaire.
Gurn! Hello?
What?
What you doing over there? Well, Rory comes over while holding the potted plant.
Playing a game.
Oh, where is everybody else?
He'll kind of look around. Somewhere.
That's a fair answer. Well, what game are you playing? He looks over, still holding the potted plant.
He'll shrug.
You don't know what game you're playing?
I mean,
I guess-
I don't know what it's called.
Oh, well, that is fair. I am going to drop off my plants into my room. But I actually have a few questions for you later, Gurn. So I will be right back. And Rory goes to set off a place for the potted plants in his room and try to set it up so that it has stuff.
Probably room for it on the windowsill.
Yep. I only have a window and it's behind his bed, so
Yeah.
I'm gonna put it there. And there it goes. Alright. So then he rushes out. Gurn, I have questions for you. He kind of pops up the seat next to him.
I might have answers.
So I realized I said weekly. I should have said monthly as far as the plant cycle. My bad. Quick
I'm
self-correct
just
there.
gonna work with that mistake and assume that Rory misheard.
Fair enough.
Okay, before I continue my questions, Gurn, you have to promise me if you don't feel comfortable talking about it, you'll let me know in some form.
He'll shrug.
Okay. I went to the library to look up a little bit about everyone's, the number things. So, I found out, while reading that, the difference between you and Echo's version of history is, Rory tries to remember the word, and he does, so I'm gonna do a history check. A little bit better. You said they're aberrations, you said?
Aberrations, I believe. Yes,
Yeah.
Alex?
Yeah.
Does the phrase or word aberrations mean anything?
He'll just stare at you.
Rory's gonna do an insight. His insights have been very bad lately, but okay.
Average for Rory.
You know what? Fair.
I mean, yeah, you can't tell if he doesn't know what you're talking about or if he doesn't want to answer.
You just know that it's something he can't answer to for now, at least. Rory just goes, "That's fair. It's okay. I'm just curious. If you actually don't know, or if you're not ready to talk about it, I'm not gonna pry." But I will say, while looking through everyone's thing, I came across an interesting book. Remember how I told you guys that I had a quote-unquote informant that was willing to work with us?
Sure.
Well, maybe not so reliable informant. He has a book at the library, though, so... there's that.
Okay.
Then, kind of has the feeling of this is slight conspiracy sort of shenanigans. Has that kind of vibe when reading his book. So we're gonna have to actually wait and see if this man actually has reliable information.
Echo, would you have stayed for the dinner crowd, do you think, or what time do you think you would have left?
She probably would have stayed. Uh, um, yeah, she just would have stayed for the dinner crowd. I don't know how. Do you like? I should go about that, honestly. I don't
What do you mean?
like. I don't know when she would exactly.
Yeah,
leave.
I
Probably
mean,
afterwards, right?
yeah, probably stay for the sort of dinner rush, and then, um, I think I had Albion say that he had someone booked for the night,
Yeah.
so
You did.
probably you'll start getting the kind of early part of the dinner crowd, and then the bard who's booked will probably get there, and
Oh yeah, yeah.
you'll finish up. So probably around dinner time, Echo would get back. So Rory, you'd be at home for a couple hours before that.
Yeah, Rory's just gonna be telling Gurn everything he's read at the library, whether
Right.
Gurn wants to hear about it or not.
Gurn is silently absorbing the information, I'm sure.
That is the point.
Like a plant in
As long as
sunlight.
he knows Gurn doesn't respond, he at least listens.
And yeah, probably a little bit before you'd expect dinner to dinner time, Echo, you'd get back. Probably also at some point where you'd hear Homer come back out of the bathroom and get back into bed.
Wait, he was in the bathroom the entire time? Gurn, why didn't you say something?
He'll just shrug.
Oh, I'm
Actually,
glad no one else wanted to use the bathroom. That door doesn't lock, right? Or he doesn't remember if it locks or not.
I mean, it should. It's just the question of if anyone uses it or not.
I didn't know bathroom's locked. Huh. I thought that's why everyone knocks on a bathroom door. If you hear an answer, that means someone's in there. You mean the doors could lock? Huh.
Echo, actually, as you are approaching the house, probably a bit before you get to the front door, as you're walking back from the teleporter, you'll kind of awkwardly run into Tyriad as he is walking also towards the house.
Oh. Oh, hello, Tyriad.
Good evening. Bit dreary out today.
Yes. Out for a visit, are we?
Just to drop off some papers. I have your reentry permits for you. So you're free to come and go from the Solar Court as you please now.
Well, that's good.
Just kind of awkwardly walk with you up to the door.
She won't really... She's kind of short with him. She'll allow him inside, like, but she'll just, like... She won't meet his eyes. She won't... You know.
Give me an insight check. You can tell he's wanting to say something, but maybe thinking it best just not to.
She doesn't do much. She's just kind of like annoyed and just like walks in before him. Leads him into the living room and just like floats there with her arms crossed. Starts doing the rotisserie chicken.
Does Rory notice they come in too?
Good evening, everyone.
Rory's head whips around. Oh, hi, Tyrion. And he does like a big cheeky grin.
You'll see him give a bit of a bemused smile back at you. Good news, everyone. I have your reentry permits here.
I'm sorry, Futurama. Good news, everyone.
Good news, everyone.
The good thing about your little foray out of the Solar Court the other day, it convinced Fairweather to expedite the process, so she wouldn't have to be bothered again. And he'll sort of walk up to the table, take a folder out from his jacket, go through it. He'll hand the three of you these little cards.
She'll snatch it out of his hand.
All right. As you do, you'll feel a faint sort of tingling sensation in between your finger and where you're touching the card. And Tyrion will kind of, as you take it, sort of look ever so slightly taken aback, and then kind of nod. Right, well, you may feel a slight sensation, nothing painful by any means. It's just the card imprinting on you. These are verification that you are who you claim to be, so that even if a shapeshifter or someone were to polymorph into you and get hold of your paperwork, they wouldn't be able to pass themselves off as you.
Question. Echo.
Are you asking me, Tyrion?
Right?
I'm asking you. You know
it has
situation.
Echo's name on it. It has Echo on it.
Uh-huh. Okay.
You feel a tingling sensation. That's all.
Okay.
Rory, what are you inciting?
Oh, what that snatch of the card was.
Oh, you can easily tell that she is not really happy with Tyrion.
I know, Rory's doing that insight because of this conversation with Tyrion earlier.
Gurn will look at Tyrion and go, if someone attempts to do that, am I allowed to shoot them?
If someone attempts to pass themselves off as you,
Yes.
I would prefer you allow it to be handled by the proper channels, but if your safety is in danger, then of course you're allowed to act as you see fit. Speaking of which, and he'll go back into the folder and pull out just a sheet of paper and hand it to you, Gurn. This is your carrying permit for outside of the Solar Court. You shouldn't need to have it on you, as you should be registered, but, well, it may be best to keep it on you just for the sake of convenience, should anything come up.
He'll just stare at the paper and the card that's on the table and not touch them.
Rory reaches for his card and kind of nonchalantly goes, "Wow, Tyrion, I don't know what you've been doing lately. People must be mad at you for some reason."
I'll say.
You'll see him frown a bit. Well, that's nothing new. I will need all of you to register these. In my presence, so I can confirm. If you don't mind, Gurn. And Rory, when you pick yours up, you will also feel a slight tingling sensation. Just for a second.
Yay.
The card, is it like card stock or?
It kind of looks like a modern ID card.
That's a real ID.
Actually, give me an investigation check or perception. Either way is fine.
All of us or just one of us?
Any of you who wants to, who's looking at the cards.
Well, it's the question of a -1 or a +5, so
Help.
that still doesn't help me.
Ooh.
Yeah, you'd all be able to realize easily they're made of a thin piece of metal of some kind.
Ah, they're not plastic.
Gurn will very slowly and carefully pick his up.
You feel a slight tingling sensation for just a second as you.
Okay,
touch
he'll
it.
throw it at a wall.
You see Tyrion kind of cringe and nod. That's a one-time thing. I can assure you, it won't happen again. He'll go and pick it up and put it back on the table in front of you.
Well,
Is that a 1? Is that not 1?
that's a
Yeah.
nat one.
Yeah. I wanted to see if it embedded in the wall and
I like
It
to
broke
imagine
the
you
did I
window.
throw it
hate
and
somebody?
Oh no. Who do you hit?
You go to chuck it, and it kind of does the thing where you try to throw a piece of paper where it sort of catches the air weirdly and just sort of falls into Rory's lap.
Rory kind of just looks at Gurn like, oh, here you go, Gurn. Kind of hands him back his card.
He'll just stare at it.
The feeling does go away, Gurn. It's okay. As for you, sir, he kind of glances up at Tyrion. How's the lover boy with your bouquet?
You'll see him, just for a brief instant, a sort of cringe come across his face. And then he'll give you a bit of a smile. Right. Yes, we were able to figure it out. There's, I know who it was from.
Of course you do. Rory kind of just like goes back to his chair after giving his card.
He'll walk over to where Homer's passed out. Get Homer to take his card.
Someone's gonna have to explain that to Homer what that card is. Man's passed out still.
It's good he's sleeping it off. He should be better soon enough.
Mm-hmm.
I'm actually surprised Ash didn't... well, no matter.
Oh? Surprised about what, Mr. Tyrion? Rory kind of leans back in his chair, amused.
Well, if there was anyone who could speed up the recovery process, I imagine it would have been her. But I suppose there are some things even her magic can't really help.
Rory just kind of nods. So you say?
Right, well, I best be going then. Good night to you all then. And he'll...
Rory does that little wave that people do where they just do their fingers at one at a time while sitting in the chair.
He'll kind of give one sort of awkward look at Echo and then
What?
kind of sigh.
What?
Give me an insight check. You'll see him kind of looking like he wants to say something, and then glancing at the other two in the room, looking back at you. It's nothing.
And Rory insight that interaction.
Sure. Seems
Right
like
on time.
something happened between the two of them, but
That's all Rory's getting all day.
Yep.
I think Mr. Tyrion must be a very busy man, or needs to tend to certain lover boy's business, doesn't he?
just kind of grimaces at that again.
I hope you have a very good night then, sir. And Rory just kind of does a forced cheeky smile.
He'll just kind of give a bit of a nod and a wave and let himself out.
Rory waits for Tyrion a moment to like not sense him anywhere. And then he kind of looks like okay, this has been bothering me all day. What the heck is going on?
Absolutely nothing, darling.
Echo, are you sure?
Oh, positive.
You're not hiding anything?
Nope, I'm not.
Echo, give me a deception check. Rory, give me an insight.
Oh god.
Oh!
He's onto you, man. He's onto you. Why are you lying?
Rory's just gonna raise an eyebrow to Echo. And kind of just look at her.
She's
like,
fully
at
upside
her
down.
eye. Just look at her eyes and go, and just. And then he sighs and goes like, "If you're not ready to talk about it, that's fair. But I can't tell you guys the juicy gossip I heard earlier then."
I mean, you could still tell us the juicy gossip.
I mean, it's kind of obvious. I think it's hilarious, though. So, Roy,
About the twink?
It is about him. Good job. Man got a secret bouquet of flowers today. And if I am interpreting the bouquet properly, it's from an obsessed lover who also hates him. Why they want to be anonymous, though, I have no idea. Then again, Roy just kind of makes a face. Man doesn't really have his eggs in the basket.
Doesn't know how to keep his mouth shut either.
Tell me about it. No? Really? Damn. Roy just kind of laughs. Oh, but Echo, I did find something interesting though, and he starts rambling about the stuff he found in the library, because she was not here for it. But he gets to the part where he's getting a physical copy about one of the books he found at the library. If any of you guys manage to go to the library on a Wednesday, can you guys pick that up for me? I'll try to go ahead, but it's just if I can't go.
I can pick it up, no problem.
I actually just want to share with you guys something important from that book. So I will share with you guys that on Wednesday, once I get a copy.
All right.
Oh yeah. But everything Tyriad's been doing lately, I don't know about you guys, goes up a little on my suspicious bar.
I think he's just an idiot.
I don't know. Homer seems to like the man.
Maybe a little too much.
Rory kind of just like pauses and goes, "Do you mean that in like I want to be bros way, or do you mean that in he wants the replacement for his sword way?"
I don't know if that man would ever replace his sword. But...
Oh, are you saying he'd be the sheath then?
Oh no.
Sorry.
You know?
You're not wrong though.
Yes.
Roy just kind of laughs. I can see it. In that tone, the exact tone. Very interesting that we have him as one of our bosses, though. But hey, with these cards now, we don't have to worry about totally being stopped at the border. I've been meaning to ask you guys, how was the other side?
Dreary. lots of, well, the smog is not like what I experience. It's a different sort. Still smog. Still smog though.
Oh.
And the robots, I think, are having issues.
Issues?
From a company. It doesn't seem fair.
Robots having issues. I mean, they're robots though. How can they be having issues? It's not like they're purposely like messing up something in them, are they?
That's exactly what they're doing.
Rory's face kind of drops. No way.
I imagine you may be hearing some kind of affirmative grunts from Homer's direction.
That's part of my language. That's fucked up.
That's how we found the kid.
No way, that kid? What did they do?
Rory, do you
That little
know
robot?
what a software update is?
Yeah, it's something that's distributed by companies, but it's supposed to help with the internal security and integrity of a technological thing. So like with and he starts listing off like random technology he knows, like big computers, satellites, teleporters. Mind you, this is all stuff I just haven't read in a book. My time period doesn't use these anymore. But yeah, we need to know about them because the reason why technology stopped working in I guess in my time period is because the people who used to run the software disappeared or rather were gone. And if you can't upgrade the software, it only lasts so long. Hey, why?
Well, that's what made the kid.
Wait, the upgrade made him stop working?
Yes.
That doesn't make sense.
If you can't pay, that's what they do.
They force an upgrade on someone who can't pay? And the upgrade kind of just makes you a paperweight? What kind of upgrade is that?
Echo kind of like looks at him sadly, like, we helped Kit, the mother, and Jax is fine now.
That's
But-
the robot kid, right?
Yeah. But what about all the others?
Oh, you're saying that this might be a case of like technological hacking integrity, I guess. Essentially, they're forcing these upgrades if you can't pay, if you can't pay, and if the upgrades, if you are authorized, the upgrade just, for lack of the word, bricks you, meaning you don't function. That's what's been going on.
Yes. That's how it was explained to me.
Is there a way to bypass that? I mean, I'm assuming there was because you guys fixed the kid.
Winston and Cyrus had a friend that goes by the name of R.
there's more. There's more of them. Is it possible? This is a lunar court sort of situation, though, right?
Yes.
Do you think the real company would let us investigate this company?
Maybe.
For sure, yeah.
Yes.
Oh,
Sure.
totally. Because, I mean, we could put a compelling case about it.
I love that.
We would need someone on the inside or someone to gather information about what's going on there, though. Because there's no way they'll just take us newbies' word for advice. We need evidence to need that, why they need to be investigated. We're going about it the safer route, at least.
I think I might want to take a little bit of a stroll over there.
I wonder if... Wait, out of character question. Was that factory where Homer... Was the factory that did that... Was that the factory Homer was investigating before he saw me at the bridge?
Yes, actually.
Okay. I wonder if anyone knows where they build their factory then. Or factory-ish.
We could definitely take a look.
We could ask Tyriad for information on this one.
I don't want to ask him.
That is totally fair. How about... I could ask Neil. Maybe he could get us some information about it. Now you're skeptical to help him, but if we meet him in a more public area...
I mean, maybe.
I mean, the man's in the source of information. All we do is gotta give him something juicy to go off of, too. Mari kind of smiles, thinking, like, I'm sure he'll have fun finding out that Mr. Tyriad has more relationship issues. A little too much.
Echo gives him a smile. You're evil.
Only when I need to be. It's only fair, he's not telling me anything. But if Neil can give us information about what he knows about that factory, if Tyriad's not going to tell us anything, and if push comes to shove, we could just do our own personal investigation. Though I personally would like to wait on that.
The problem with Tyriad is he waits for paperwork.
Mm-hmm. And personally, I don't want to either. But there is one thing that worries me about this for now.
And what's that?
Do you guys remember when when the next event was supposed to happen?
Give me a history checks.
Really, Rory? Why are you rolling high again now?
I can't say
Rory,
I do.
You do remember, the next event that you have to work is,
Isn't it the upcoming...
the 17th, the upcoming new moon.
Yeah, isn't that like a week or two from now?
It is, today is Monday, it is next Wednesday.
Yeah, okay. The only reason why I worry about it is we got that big event thing that's happening that the real department has to deal with. I think that is next week on a Wednesday. And Whether or not we get this sorted out before then is up to us, I guess. But I don't think that shutting down those robots because they can't pay is very fair now. Especially since a lot of them seem to, well, if they're anything like Winston, and they basically are alive. So I don't think anyone should get to dictate who lives or who dies like that.
They really
Right?
shouldn't.
Well, Garen, if you want to help us investigate this corrupt robot company, I'm down for this plan while we kill time.
I don't know how good I'd be in investigating, but if there's things to shoot, then sure.
Look, it's all about the intimidation factor. You don't get answers, well, he just kind of gestures to you. Is that pushing a little too far, Echo?
I think between me and Gurn, we could intimidate real well.
Ooh. Well, if I need to intimidate Neil, I could do that on my own. Apparently, I can do that to him.
Echo-
Give me
Oh.
give me a perception check real quick. But carry on.
Echo will remove her head, throw it into Rory's lap, and on her face, it'll look like a very distorted, like, cat's face, like too much teeth, like nothing but like slits for eyes, and her eyes are wider.
For a split second, Rory doesn't react, but then he screams and throws her head.
I told you I was intimidating.
That's the word I'm gonna use, yeah. He kind of like, yeah, so like the image is like he kind of just stared at it for a bit and then threw it and screamed.
Ooh.
Save 4.
Damn, Gurn.
Echo, as you maybe this was slightly earlier, but no matter. As you go to put the re-entry card somewhere into your bag or pocket or whatever.
Bag of holding?
We don't have one of those yet.
I thought you had a bag of bags.
We do have a bag of bags. That's different.
Right. Oh,
that's a
not
bag of
holding.
bags.
Yeah, it's a bag of bags.
You'll notice a small sticky note stuck to the back of it, and written in Tyriad's handwriting. This in the general chat.
Oh. And she'll sort of read that and then just, yeah, put that in a pocket? Does she have pockets?
She tucks it in her boobs.
Oh, fuck yeah. Yeah, she does. Alright.
anything else going on tonight, or are we just kind of hanging out?
She's
Rory's
making
trying
dinner.
to Rory's trying to remember something.
What are you
That's
trying
why I
to
didn't
remember?
hit check.
I mean, it did hit a 7.
Yeah,
Just saying.
it's weird.
He's just kind of sitting there thinking. The thinking pose, you know.
He's the thinker!
He's pondering.
He has no orb to ponder.
I feel like there was something else I was supposed to mention to you, Echo.
And what would that be?
I don't remember. It's like there. All I could say is, when I went to the library today, I went to check all the Earth stuff, but I also went to check the other set of numbers you had, and your other set of numbers was very, very far from the Earth numbers.
Well, yes. I'm not surprised.
Wait, why are you not surprised?
Underland is not Earth.
Roy kind of just looks and goes, how did you get to Earth anyway, Echo? If the Underlands is not part of Earth, how did you get there?
Well, that's easy. My daughter brought me. She goes back
Roy
in.
kind of just blinks, just kind of blinks and just says like, are you talking about Claire?
I only have one daughter.
Is that Claire?
Yes, Rory.
Now, how did she bring you from the Underland?
We walked.
Like, through a portal?
Through many doors of all sizes, shapes.
Is that normal? Like, gateways or portals or stuff in your world?
I mean, it depends on what you call a portal.
Fair. He looks over to Gurn. Gurn, I know you didn't answer this earlier, but those aberrations, do they come through a portal for you guys?
He just stares at you.
Roy sighs. I'm sorry, I know. You probably don't know. It's just interesting because you both come from a similar timeline. But only one of you guys mentions more magic and, desolation, if anything. So... I will say though, Echo, your history, or I guess your time period sounds sort of like ancient history from my time period.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we have a lot of overlapping history points. It's just a lot more older from my side.
You're starting to make me sound old, dear.
I mean, technically, we're all kind of old. Although I wonder if Homer actually knows Neil Hawthorne to some degree.
And why would you say that?
Because Neil Hawthorne has a book in Homer's section.
Well,
Doesn't that sound a little weird?
that is pretty weird.
Now I don't know how accurate that is, but it just seems a little funny to me. Granted, he's probably nowhere near the same time period, but the fact that maybe Homer knows about it, maybe.
Maybe. That's the hard part, is finding others.
Yeah.
Echo will come out, put food on the table for both of them and for herself, and start digging in.
Thanks, Echo. What's the meal today?
Beef stew.
Explains the bowl. You know, I do like all the different foods we get to try. Rory's kind of eating with his mouth, saying things with his mouth full, though.
I wish I could have prepared more of these for Claire.
I hope you do get to see her again, Echo.
Yeah, me too.
Oh. Did you guys know there was a war that went on for 100 years here?
I know almost nothing about this place. I wouldn't know about that.
You guys haven't heard about it at all yet with talking to people?
You're talking about the war?
Yep.
Oh.
It's been mentioned.
Well, we did.
Actually, sorry, go ahead.
This is like the first time I've wrote down in my note, like, I was looking at my notes like, this is the first time Rory heard about it today, so.
Well, we did find a memorial.
Ooh? Wait, we did?
Me and Gurn.
Oh, wait, where?
In the Lunar Court.
Oh. Actually, now that I think about it, who won that war? I've only got to hear about the war itself, and
Which is
some people.
Which is the more powerful side, would you say, Rory?
To counter that, which side has more, I guess, freedoms?
I'd say this side.
Really? I feel like this side hides a lot of secrets. And based off what you guys told me, from the little I gathered, the other side is way more technologically advanced. So
Is
doesn't
that
seem a little
really
weird?
is that really true? Do you think they have teleporters over there?
No, but they got. What you guys said, they got buildings that go high. I mean, there's more automatons over there than over here. And apparently they have a drug that makes whatever happened to Homer over there go. It just seems weird, doesn't it? Why is this side so far back in, I guess, technological advancements, but the other side isn't? But this side's supposed to be safer. The whole thing just doesn't make sense to me.
I don't know.
I mean, sure, the solar court's bigger, but the solar court also seems behind on the times, which in most historical cases means it's not as advanced, which means it's potentially not the one who won the war.
If I'm being honest, Rory, I'd much rather look at the buildings around here than ones that reach into the sky with smog floating around.
Yeah, these buildings have a more quintessence to them. That's why it doesn't make sense to me. Well, to be fair, this whole world doesn't make sense in general. Skyscrapers in, I guess, a lower economic port, but like all these type of buildings here. But then again, a lot of the corporations in this world function from the lunar court. How does that make sense? And even then, the quote-unquote prince and his family here, they're not real royalty. They're just the famous family. Ugh, this world doesn't make sense to me. He kind of groans in frustration. Roy just continues to eat the beef stew. Oh, I'm going to the bathroom.
Oogie.
Man, you guys should have these conversations in front of someone who could answer your questions.
Yeah, probably. I don't think we're trustful of anybody now.
That's fair. What do you think of his little note?
I can't wait.
The sad fact that he genuinely didn't say anything to Ash.
Oh. Oh
Yeah.
no.
Yep.
Oh no, Echo's a bitch.
I think he understands where it's coming from, but Ash is a very intuitive healer.
Oh no.
Just unfortunately does not have any social skills.
That's so sad.
Yep.
Echo calling Tyrion an idiot.
Oh, it was.
An idiot.
He is though, it's fine.
I think she's just putting two and two together because he's like, I can have Ash look at you.
That's a fair assumption.
Yeah.
What I miss?
I'm talking about the awkward misunderstanding going on right now.
Between
Echo and
Ash, Echo, and Tyriad.
yeah. Echo will look at Rory as he's eating though and ask, "What has many teeth but cannot bite?"
Roy kind of lifts his head. I don't think a comb makes sense, but it kind of does.
What the fuck, Soul?
What? Is the answer actually a comb?
Yeah.
Oh. Okay, in character. Wait. Did I get it right?
You did.
Huh.
Very good.
It's still weird to me that we refer to those as teeth on a comb.
I'm very glad I have a riddle buddy.
Roy just chuckles at that.
I do have a fondness for riddles.
Oh, they're so much fun. I think the only riddles that are very hit or miss for me are the ones that are like, well, let me give you an example. When is a door not a door?
I actually know this one.
It's like
I
my
think.
least favorite type of riddles. If I'm being honest.
It's like a half dad joke, half riddle.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hate them
Yeah.
so much.
When it is ajar.
Yeah. Amused face. Balls on Rory. Not a fan of puns.
Not a fan of puns, eh?
Short Roy shakes his head. It's like they're
Gurn
trying
just
too
looks
hard.
horribly confused.
It's like they're trying too hard to be funny.
It's like, what do you mean a jar, a door? When could it be a container?
That's exactly his thoughts.
Oh, Rory,
Rory looks up again.
why couldn't the pony sing in the choir? He was a little hoarse.
A giant frown and his mouth just drops to it. Oh no. Rory just makes a no face. Ugh. Please tell me you don't have more.
The past, the present, and the future all walk into a bar. It was tense.
Rory just makes more faces. Oh no.
I'm glad I know sign language. It's pretty handy.
Rory just slams his face into the table. Nah. Oh no, Echo, you know more.
How do trees feel in the spring? Relieved.
Rory's listening. No. No. And then he just screams, no, and runs to his room.
Echo is kind of laughing to herself.
Rory, you just hear Rory scream in the room. I'll come back when you stop.
I'm
Gurn
stopping
is Still
now.
confused.
Is the puntocalypse over? He slowly walks back.
Yes.
Echo knows a weakness. You must not use that for evil.
I think all puns are evil.
Roy just shakes his head. That's how you'll know one day, guys. If I actually laugh at a pun, you know it's not me.
No.
Foreshadowing?
Dun dun dun. Echo's just kind of floating above the table. Rotisserie chickening it.
Again.
Yes.
I imagine sometimes he just kind of goes into like a ball shape sometimes.
Exactly.
Oh.
I think we'll finish up here.
Yee.
All finishing up dinner, enjoying the rest of your night, heading to bed.
Good night.
Hopefully Homer feels better tomorrow.
Hopefully.
I guess we will find out next session.
Second session where it did not last longer than one set.
Hey, we
one
got
day
through a
longer.
whole day this time, okay?
Yeah.
Still, come on.
Yeah.
May. Ah.
I'm sorry.
May. I'm sorry. She's so cute.
Yeah, now you know she can be found at the Grumpy Hog.
Oh yeah.
Yo. The fact that Garen was playing cards with deck of cards.
What?
The fact that Garen was playing cards with deck of playing with the cards that he got from Echo.
That was cute.
Very cute.
It was.
He's got nothing else to do.
I love Echo's fucking dynamics with everyone. It's so cool.
Yeah, sorry I can't go out of pocket. A lot of my times my personal special is not letting me go out of pocket.
We got a little bit.
Yo, Homer. Oh, Belly missed some interesting dynamics this time, though. I feel bad.
Yeah. Iriad has a secret hate admirer?
I just love that I was able to be petty with Rory.
It was really good.
Oh
The
man.
whole interaction with Lily was really good too.
I ship it. I really do. I don't. I just do.
Wait, what?
I ship Rory and Lily.
See, I'm hoping Lily becomes his replacement best friend.
Oh.
Yeah, that's cute.
Because funny enough, the way that it's been going out so far is that it's very similar to the person that I had like in part of Rory's backstory of someone important to him. So I was like, oh, was this planned? I don't know if this was planned.
No.
It's just working out that way. That's great.
I was gonna say, I don't know. I don't know if you've sent me much more of your backstory. Have you?
I didn't want to until it came up. So now I'm actually gonna give you a little more.
I was gonna say, if you
I'm
want to send
surprised
me whatever, it does help to kind of build stuff around. But
Yes, because I'm glad you went along with the Garden Massacre things. Like, I don't think I sent Quill this one because I have it written down.
No, you
but I
didn't.
did not send it. Oh shit.
You asked about it, and I rolled a percentile, and I was like, yes. Hopefully
Okay,
this makes sense. It's a diary.
Which is, I was like, oh crap, I wasn't expecting this to be a diary, but I'll roll with it. It's fine.
Yeah, how did it get here? Who had it originally? Are they
Yeah,
really?
I will actually, when Rory shows off the actual thing, I will put it somewhere what the diary entry looks like. Can I put it in the side room? If anything?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. When he shows it off. Because that was gonna... I had to, like, calm down because I started tearing up because I was getting to the... Because I was thinking about why he has that mark down there. I don't know if you guys were alluding to that when I was talking about it.
Mhm.
And like, I'm making myself uncomfortable. This isn't good. I have to wait. Hold on.
Bye, stream.
My stream.